All right, I don't know if this is already all set with the music, so we might have to play around with that. All right, welcome to Ikonei Island. Thank you so much. I was just going to say, mods, can you pin that to the top of the chat? But you already got me. Ikonei Island is sponsoring today's stream along with Daredrop. Woo! Can we get some love and hype in the chat? Let's go! Ikonei Island is yours to discover. Explore and gather resources, farm the land, craft tools and gear, and build your base or a cozy home. You can check it out now and support the stream for free by clicking the link in chat. As always, if you want to support the stream for free during these sponsored segments, leaving a lurk, chatting in chat, just being here really helps me a lot and helps me get paid. And I really appreciate that, but I'm super stoked about the game today. It's supposed to be very cozy. Ikonei Island Blooming Beginnings is here. Hello, castaways. The Blooming Beginnings, a 1.5 update of Ikonei Island, is finally here. We listened to your feedback and made several changes to improve the game. This is amazing. So we're going to be seeing it at the best of the best right now, which I think, honestly, is the way that I like seeing most games, right? Here are a few spoilers of what's coming with this update. New region rating system, improved farming experience, so there is farming in this game, new enemy, and so much more. For the complete bug fixing and known issues list, check out the patch notes linked in the main menu. We're extremely happy to have old and new castaways playing Ikonei Island. If you enjoy this new version of the game, leaving us a review on Steam is one of the most impactful ways of supporting us. Make sure to do that if you like or don't like a game. I just wish on Steam it wasn't only just like thumbs up or thumbs down. I wish that the thumb could be in the middle because, you know, sometimes you have like constructive feedback to give to somebody, even if it's more negative, and people will put down, oh, well, I'm going to put down negative then. What? You still like the game. You still played it for 100 hours, right? I wish Steam could fix that. Join the Castaways community by following us on social media or by joining our Discord through the main menu. Let us know of your first impressions of our game by leaving us a review. Thank you for embarking on this adventure. We wish you an epic time exploring the wonders of Ikonei Island. All right. How are we doing with the sound? I feel like it's trying to come through, but it might be too loud. Maybe I have to bump this up myself. Ooh, that's better. What do we think now? Is this better? No, I need to switch over to the category. Oh my God, thank you. I didn't do that yet. Thank you, thank you. Okay, perfect. Thank you. It was my fault. Don't worry about it. You don't hear it? There's nothing to hear right now. There was music, but it got drowned out, I think. Hi, Scattered. Jackie, how are you doing? It's good to see you. She's fine. She's okay. Thanks for the lurks, friends. I appreciate it. I will be right back and try to find some food. Oh my God, do it. Do it. Do it to it. All right. So outside of that, do we need to do anything with closed captioning? Text language in English. Oh, friends can join. I mean, I want to play it by myself first. So apparently you can play this co-op, which is really fun. All right, so this is kind of blocked behind me, but welcome to Ikonei Island Blooming Beginnings. Dive into a fresh chapter of adventure with our latest update. Embrace Ikonei Island's new beginnings with revamped mechanics, enhanced graphics, and a bouquet of surprises waiting to be discovered. Make sure your game is up to date and don't forget to invite your friends over for even more fun. Look at the pig! I like this like art style. It's very cutesy. Very, very cutesy.
So, you want to hear a story? Okay then. But don't just listen. Picture it.
Okay. Ooh, let me know how the sound is.
Harbor. Don't ask why. Why do I do anything? And I saw 4 unhappy little faces. And I heard their sad
frogs?
Seriously, total downer. No wonder they weren't making much.
I mean, okay.
They stopped when they saw the pirates, which was kind of a relief,
Quiet for
Did
you.
I mention the pirates? There were pirates. Oh, grr and yo ho ho and let's catch cute little animals, stick them in cages and sell them for gold.
No!
How could anybody sit by and do nothing? Croquet, yeah, I did.
Croquet?
But there were good reasons, and point is, those little tadpoles couldn't.
Happened, yay!
Look at them trying to free those poor creatures. So brave, so bold, so flipper and useless. I mean, this could have been a real short story, but...
Hi, Shan,
There
hello!
was something about those four that croaked me.
Thanks for the alert,
I had this
Forest
feeling
Lee.
in my toes.
This is adorable so far. What do y'all think?
I left them a little something.
Oh,
Cup full of some things. Just to keep things interesting.
A couple of some things.
Hey, don't laugh. I put a lot of work into making that raft boat thing.
I'm not laughing at anything, man.
And wait till they open my bottle.
Okay. What's in it?
It's gonna blow them away. Flipper and fantastic. Bye-bye, Trap City. Hello, high seas and exciting adventures.
I love this!
Bubbly pirates, brave heroes, magical mayhem. This is gonna be one riveting tale.
Riveting
Did I
tail,
miss
get it?
anything? Oh yeah, the shipwreck.
Uh-oh.
Guess I'm not getting that boat back. Good luck, tadpoles.
Good luck,
You're on your
tadpoles.
own from here.
Tadpoles? Tadpoles? Backyardigans? Yeah. Okay, I'm turning the volume down by 2. Probably turn it up again. The sound is like very weird going through my Go XLR. Okay, so we've got hearts and oh, I can swap to the characters. Okay. Interesting. Oh, we got a new quest. Follow the light. Are we sure about that? Lost in the blue. Yeah, I like this perspective. This is neato. You can pick up items by pressing the left mouse button. You can also enter placement mode by pressing Q. All right, y'all, you're writing this down, right? When I need to refer back to it, you're writing it down. Castaways. We are castaways. What happened? The soup wasn't broken earlier. Oh, we'll have to tell Kels it's broken. I'm sorry, not the soup code. I hope you enjoy your context 1:9. That sounds delicious, Jen. I got a rock. And I got a branch. Are y'all jealous of me? Capri, thanks for the lurk. Happened. Delicious. Ooh, I got an achievement. I discovered the Heartland. Oh, am I still just holding on to the rock? Hold on, I want to see what happens if I just put the rock down. I can throw it? Oh. I can pick it up again. Listen, I'm enjoying this.
What do you know? My tadpoles made it off the beach.
I'm a
And all the way
tadpole.
to this weirdy glowing
I'm a tadpole. You had the same problem? Kels, is
It's a
it that
shiny magic
code
ghost.
website you're having problems with?
Okay, if you want to get technical, an Omri spirit.
It's good so far. We just started at silver.
With such kind
I'm
faces.
intrigued.
I, Sariel.
Ooh, love
welcome
the voice
you to
acting.
The beautiful land of Ikonei.
Oh, Ikonei.
Oh,
Ikonei Island.
So once it was.
Ikonei.
Creatures, plants, all living things once flourished
just the
here
soup.
in harmony beneath the warmth
Go
of
for
Lys,
soup.
the blessed sun. But disaster struck, and in the endless ages since, one by one, the shrines that protected this place fell into ruin, and the rain came, the endless rain. Only if the shrines are repaired can this island recover. If even a single shrine were rebuilt, the Amri power of the earth would rise anew. My garden will bloom
They
again.
might have.
The brightest
Can't get it to work on your
flowers,
channel either.
Sweetest fruits, ripening faster than you can imagine.
I want to be a sweet
Did
fruit.
somebody say fruit?
See?
That rumbling sound you hear is
This
four
game is
tiny
queer-friendly.
tadpole tummies running on empty. Never mind a call to destiny. This was a clear call to dinner. After all, how hard could it be to fix a single shrine?
Follow the oh, frog! No, 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 frog! Roge! Oh my god! Pick up! I got a frog! Oh my god, look at him! I'm carrying him in my arm. Look at his little peats dangling. You see? You see his little leg dangling? Look at that. Look at that. Look at this sweet baby. Can I get some forg in the chat? I'm gonna hold him because he needs to be held. Okay, I'm gonna pick that up too. Oh, I guess he's in there now. What is this? Frog? Frog altars are great for learning more about life on the island. I don't want to give my frog up. We just met. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Did it eat the frog? Oh no, he's glowing now. What? More strangers? But how? Cereal should be told of this. Seriously, this isn't the kind of island you just wash up on, even if you did get shipwrecked. No, I'm not a talking frog. Don't be silly. I'm a statue talking through a frog. Much more sensible. To pick up a frog or anything else, go up to it and press left mouse button. You may have to chase it first. Okay. Okay. But I can't take the frog. I miss him already. Oh. I think the frog he wasn't possessed. He's just speaking through. Like the island spirits, obviously. It happens every day. A 10's not bad at all. Now, what is this one? Long grass? Leaves, branch. I don't know what stuff I should be picking up and what I shouldn't, so I'm just gonna pick up everything. Frogs! Oh my god, there's a frog in here! Y'all, this is the best day of my life, getting all these frogs. Oh, we got another shrine. What are you? No, you're a thing! Oh, I wanna catch y'all. Oh. Hello? Can I not? Did I kill it? Oh my god. The frog should get a job. He has one. Of being possessed. Apparently I'm picking up some fruits and vegetables. Okay, so should I put another frog over here? Oh.
Shrine, or rather, the broken remains of
I bet
one.
I'm gonna have to build it. No, Silver. You just hop into the story, so we didn't customize our character or anything.
But
I don't think
we
it
are in
exists
luck.
in this game.
Do you see the little statue beside
I
it,
think
holding
we
a disc
will,
in its
Maya.
arms?
Because we can switch over to become them, so I'm thinking that is going to be a yes answer.
That is a construction altar.
Ah.
And it will do the hard work for you.
I love picking up everything. I love being, what is it called? Unencumbered?
Simply place the
grab
materials
everything.
it requests upon it.
See?
And the shrine shall be restored.
Loot Gremlins! Put a 1 in the chat if you're a loot gremlin. Now, hold on a second. I want to see something. Okay, so I don't know if our inventory gets bigger than this, but if you press your scroll wheel, not like use it, like you press it, we've got 2 big areas where we can kind of loot everything. I'm pretty stoked about this. So I'm gonna just keep picking up everything. It's in my blood. Okay, so Heartland Shrine, I need what? A rock, a branch, and long grass. I mean, I definitely have that in here, don't I? I don't understand. No. Cancel. Oh, offer stack? Oh, I see. Okay. So you have to scroll over it on the scroll wheel and then offer it. Okay. There we go. I did it. Little confused about the mechanics, but we got there. She's smart. Oh, if you like being a loot goblin, if you pick up everything when you're playing a game.
Friends,
Cheers to my loot goblins.
Peace shines upon my garden
It's
once
pretty
more.
again. Nice. Very, very nice. We're all for the loot.
You must be hungry after your labors. We must plant seeds. You will see how swift they...
Oh. It's a bibby! Without a bibby, that won't be possible. You see, they pollinate plants to make them grow. Oh, is that what we saw before, the thing that I thought I killed? They're very kind creatures, so why don't you try becoming friends with one? Okay. Ikonei Island is divided into different regions, each with unique activities to complete. Completed activities increase overall region rating represented by 5 stars. Each completed star provides rewards that will help you on your journey. Cool! All right, so there's stuff behind my camera right now. So we're in the Heartland, and there's different things that I'm going to need to complete and the reward that I'm going to get from that. So let's do this for the time being. Give me a minute. Let me switch over my camera to this side so that you can see all the goodies on the other side. And I just need to mirror my camera. Okay, cool. And we'll fix this again when we switch over to another game later, okay? But now you can see everything and I'm not blocking it. I think they're called BBs. I hope they are called BBs. Oh, am I trying to place things right now? I'm not. I'm trying to pick things up, bestie. Hi, BB. Am I just supposed to offer them to you? Okay, how do I do this? Oh, I'm feeding it! I'm feeding it the petals of the flower! Yay! Your companions have needs you need to tend to. I'm a mom! Okay, what do you need from me? What is that lower one? Are you tired? You're not hungry. Are you tired? Can I pet you? Yay! It would just wanted some attention. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god, hi Captain. Mother, apologies. Yeah, they're like little Tamagotchis. Okay, cool, and this is actually a fast travel point. That's awesome. Okay, before we leave, I want to gather some more items and materials because God knows what I need. But since they like petals, I'm going to grab some more petals for sure. Some more branches I'll probably need too. Ooh. More green leaves. Hi, Chrissy. They really are so cute, aren't they? So hold on a minute. Am I supposed to be running with the rest of my adventurers? Because they're still down at the bottom. We got a chest here. A tool that can till the ground so seeds can be planted. We got 2 hoes, a donut bush seed, a watering can, and a watering can. Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to plant some seeds around here. And I'll take the watering can and 1 singular hoe. New recipe discovered! Look, I made it into a game. Where am I supposed to put this? I guess anywhere I can manage? Where'd the hoe go? Did I not pick up the hoe? Where'd the hoe go? It's in here. I moved it, clearly. Maybe I need to hover over the seeds? At send home bond. Well, let me pick up that rock while we're here. Okay, again. I see the watering can, but I don't see the hoe. Do y'all see it? What am I missing? Guess I'll try and take this one. Oh, weird. Okay, so the other one just went someplace, but this one seems to be actually working. Okay, good. Darzog, hello! How's it going? So maybe that's why they give you 2 hoes, because the first one's like, nah, I don't want to be here. I'm not here right now. Only 2 of them. Can you imagine? I'm just going to do it in like a straight line. You know what? You're right. I think that might have been it. The recipe for the hoe. Look at the little stuff coming out. That's adorable. All right, now we're gonna water it. Is this an infinite watering can? So the watering can seems to be infinite, so you don't have to go and try and refill it, which I'm really excited about. Did I just say donut bush? I think I did. Isn't this a lovely place? Wouldn't you want to live here? I want to live here. Yeah, can I get some holes in the chat? Donut holes, obviously. So, oh. Why am I watering the shrine? Okay. You befriended a BB.
Ikonei is rich with Amri power.
Yay!
Once you have planted seeds, you won't be hungry long.
Yeah, they are a little, tripophobic, yeah.
There is a chest in the garden. The tools within are old, but will still work. I believe that it even had some seeds.
Just like me, for real.
We shall see if they survive.
You're a bit... Never mind. Never mind. Find the chest. I did. Talk to Serial. I did. What's next? Okay, good. Solid. I guess, let's explore more then. Oh, what's this one? Ooh, no, new construction altar discovered. So I need 5 branches and 5 leaves, and it will reward me with a bed. Can I track it? I don't know why it won't let me put the stuff in here, though. Bibby, can you leave? Because, like, I can't get over here. Here, send home. Oh, no! I didn't mean to, like, completely dismiss them. I just can't... It won't let me do my offerings. Maybe I can't do it yet. We got rid of my pet. I'm really sad. I shouldn't have done that. It's fine. We'll make another one. Oh, wait. No. I can summon it. What is that? It says I can summon it. With tab? Oh, good. Oh, Bibby's back! Hi, Bibby. Okay, that's good. All right, so we'll figure out what we have to do with that house after.
Your garden awaits.
Okay, I tilled it.
Simply plant one of your seeds and
I did that.
With the Amri power flowing.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just... She's a professional and she's going faster than the game. It'd be a warning, I know! Super cozy. Super cozy. Kind of giving me some Breath of the Wild vibes. But considering I never finished it, I think that y'all would know more than I do, at least when it comes to this. Now, all things worthwhile take some time, and the watered plants need to grow before they can be pollinated. While we wait, you could rebuild a nearby treehouse. See? She was a knower. Hi, Mia. How are you? I'm speed running this game. A place to sleep, relax, pass some time. Even though looking after the plants is important, you should look after yourself as well. We love a game that prioritizes self-care. Let's go. Okay, so now I need to build the treehouse, which is still not letting me put things over there. Maybe I need to speak to her one more time. Okay. Well, I'm gonna untrack it and then retrack it. How do I? There we go. Offer stack. Okay, we did it. We did it. Woohoo! Within your house, you can rest and fast forward the time. Yay! I got a chair bed. Woo! Did it. Enter. Wonder if we can decorate it. Shut up. It looks exactly like a treehouse. Shut up. Oh my god. New construction altar discovered. I need log, cloth, and plant. I mean, I don't have that stuff yet, but shut up. Look how cute it is. I'm gonna sleep here. That's exactly how I jump into bed as well. I'm loving it so far. What do y'all think? I know we're still early on. It's only been like not even 30 minutes, but are you enjoying it so far? It's got farming aspects, but it's more adventure related. I like it. I really like it. Ryan! Hello, how are you? We love you. Chair bed, chair bed. Yeah, it's super cute. This one is on Switch and Xbox too. Amazing. Xbox doesn't get a lot of the cozy game love, so I'm really happy and excited that it's on Xbox. Hi, Schnupp. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Exclamation point Ikonei Island. If y'all want to check it out, you can click the link in chat and see if it's the game for you. Oh my god, our bushes are ready. I want to get some more flowers. Is my bee hungry? Hey, sweetheart, are you hungry? Are you satiated now? Maybe this isn't my BB. Which BB is my BB? Oh, my BB isn't here. I just fed another one. Hi, BB! Yay! Bond? Let's bond. Do we bond to them? Yay, they're happy again. Okay, maybe I'll talk to her first. Look at those beautiful flowers waiting to be pollinated. Luckily, they don't have to wait for long. Command or bond with your BB to pollinate the flowers and marvel as the fruit grows instantly. Okay, so we have to bond anyway. All right, let's bond. I have become the BB. I'm a BB! We have to pollinate? Ah! Look at the donuts growing! Oh my god. Okay, now I'm gonna separate from my BB. They're so cute! Okay, that's fun. Am I not done? Oh, try and harvest a fruit and then return to me. Okay. Fun!
Fresh fruit is nature's
They're
treasure.
donuts!
Is it not?
Never mind, I'm dropping that USD 25. Were you sold at the pollination? Is this where y'all were sold? I want donut bushes IRL. Me too. Like from Go-Go Town. Go-Go Town had the donut bushes as well.
Feast upon them.
Ooh.
Or feed them to your friends to restore their hearts and energy.
Delicious.
The Heartland basks in the light of Lys, but alas, the rest of the island
I bet this will be
lies
really
in
fun on the
darkness.
Switch too. It's got good
And with
mechanics
the
for it.
shrines broken, the island lies unprotected, open to invaders.
And if anybody knows if it's compatible with the Steam Deck, let me know.
Please, my friends, I ask you.
Because
The
I can try that out
island
tonight if y'all
asks
want to
you
know
for
about it
your
too.
help. Restore the shrines, and
Irish,
Ikonei
that's what I
itself
just
will
asked.
reward
I
you.
think it is. Most of them coming out now are Steam Deck compatible. If not fully, then partially. And there are some workarounds for it, but I think it is.
And if you are ever unsure of your
If you go to the
direction,
Steam page,
come
it should
find
tell
me
you.
in the Heartland.
Okay. All right.
Ah, feast of the Heartland, and with the shrines broken.
So I'm gonna have to like fix the
friends,
shrines, probably.
I ask you, restore the shrine.
Okay.
And if you are ever unsure.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go from there. I think I gotta pick up my friends though, because they're still down by the beach. Stomp. Let's stomp it out. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I got a honeycomb from pollinating. Maybe not for every single one, but I got some honeycombs. Sorry, it sounded like there was a car crash right outside my house, but it was just a truck. I hate how loud some trucks are. So do I have 2 watering cans? Or was that the recipe? Okay, so we were right. So it was the recipe and then it was the actual tools themselves. So I should have taken both. I was not a knower. Doesn't say on the Steam page, but it seems like it would be. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay, so hold on a second. If this is fast travel, where can I then go? I guess nowhere yet. Oh, we can fast travel to our house. Okay. So those are the steps that we went up. Return when you've repaired enough shrines. We still need to return 2 shrines. And we've got Jacob and Hedda at the bottom. Jacob is an Octi. He grew up in the orphanage alongside his friends. Hedda is a hog bunny. She grew up in the orphanage alongside her friends. Okay. So let's look at other things. Oh, okay. So this is our inventory. And obviously this is our character right now. We did not create our character. You just get plopped into the story as this character. You can, I guess, drop your bag and then sort it, which is good. And that's how much currency we have. Here are crafting tools, seeds, and beds. The island map again and telling us where the shrines are, which is really good. Now, I wonder if that means that we have to get to these shrines in other areas? I don't know. This is our active quest right now. Repair the shrine in Froglit Grove so we know where to go. Repair the shrine in Froglit Grove. So that's going to be here. We haven't discovered the region yet, but I guess we'll get over there at some point. These are achievements and give us gold. They may correlate to Steam achievements because I did have one pop up. So this is controller friendly? Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then basics. So you can come back and look at the tutorial section, which is great for me because I have the memory the size of a goldfish brain. So we can look at this stuff later because it looks like they haven't been introducing everything to us and I don't want to get overwhelmed. That's good. A pot bunny? A pig bunny. P-I-G pig. Piggo. Piglet. You're not seeing anything? There's a free demo right now. Oh my god, check it out. Play it for yourself. Play the demo. Because free is for we. And you can at least see if you like it before you commit to spending any money. There's a friend pass so that someone can be player 2 for free. Awesome! That's dope. Hello, scholar. Well named indeed, for it lies squarely at the heart of the island. I shall mark it on the map. Press M when thou wish to see it. Ah, thank you, Shakespeare Froge. I wish to see it. Oh my god. Cool. So there are things on the map. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff to see. Okay. We already got 1 star here, by the way. All right. Thank you. Can I go over to this area? Woo! I feel like I'm in the backwaters. I don't know where I'm going. Maybe I can't go back here. Okay. Well, I tried. Oh, what'd you call me? Nothing, mother. No, I need constant reminders of how I do things. And also, I want people to make tutorial sections unskippable. The first time I played Breath of the Wild, I had already played the game for 3 hours before I found the tutorial shrine. Mull on that for a minute. Not proud of it, but like it happened.
The island is beautiful. Please, may I ask you?
Oh yeah. What building do you want? Shrine scene. Well, doesn't that mean that I need to go to the other shrine? I'm very confused. Yeah, so I need some other shrines already done. But how do I get over there? Oh, am I already in a different area? River pastures. Where am I? Oh. Weird. So it looks like you can kind of cross over into some areas, but we gotta backtrack and go back the way we came. Negs also did the same. Did she? I need help following the tutorials, yes. Explicit and written permission to follow the tutorials. Oh, there's another one for a frog. Now the shrine is repaired, the cloud cycle has started up. It'll be sunny for a bit, then dark again. The magic of the island will keep the sky cloudy until you get a good rest in a bed. What's more, now it's fixed. You can teleport straight into the shrine whenever you like. Okay. I feel like I wasted a frog on you, but I guess it's cool. Oh, oh. Look at river pastures. Look at that. Red petal and donut fruit. Oh, I can do that. Okay, red petal. Okay. Donut fruit. Oh, I did a thing! You can backflip in the game? You can? Oh, not this game. You're talking about Breath of the Wild. I was like, how did you find that out and I didn't? Okay, so what did this do? I did something.
You made it!
Oh, Jesus, that was
Finally.
a jump scare.
So, what do you think?
Is this the same person from the
You've gotta
cutscenes?
look past the mutated plant monsters,
Okay.
rogue pirates, and rain as far as the eye can see.
Okay.
And if you can look past all that,
Why is this person
it's
giving me cat
perfect.
vibes?
No need to
Cat
thank me
attack
for bringing
vibes.
you here.
Anybody else? No? Like the gremlin energy that's coming out of this person, I'm like, that's our community member Cat. I don't know why. Anybody? I'm like, that's Cat. Cat's in a video game. No? All right.
The name's Frog Boy.
Hi, Frog
Blues
Boy.
and hats. Nice to meet you, tadpoles.
Thanks, Tadpole.
So, let's jump to the chase. I need your help.
Cat being called out.
I'm trying to start an emporium.
An emporium.
You see that chest?
Flip it and send it to the boys.
A thing of beauty. Am I right? Frog Boy's super extravagant, ludicrous loot chest. Catchy, huh?
Can I get some Frog Boy's super extravagant, ludicrous loot chest in the chat, please?
Frog Boy's sell chest, for short. Bring me
That's great.
anything you don't want, and I'll swap them for ribbit.
Oh, our currency is ribbits. That's hilarious.
It's simple. Put your stuff in the chest, and they'll auto-quackerly turn into ribbits when you wake
Auto-quackerly.
up.
Did Kip write this game? Sell chest, sell chest.
They'll go straight into your pocket. Can't
Cat.
say fairer than that.
Frog Boy, ludicrous chest.
Gotta hop. You want something else? Stop by the Grove. I'll be happy to help.
Stop with the frog puns. You didn't even hop away. Okay, open chest. Converts items to ribbits every moon dawn. Which is good, but like, what if I don't know the items that I like should keep right now? And, you know? You're picking up, oh my God, my poor baby is like, go home. Go home. It's dark out for you. Go sleep. I almost killed my BB. Froge? I don't have another Froge. How do I catch the Froges? Froge? Do I also sleep now? Froge! Got a Froge. Everybody calm down. I got a Froge. Be hoppy. You be hoppy. Oh, cancel. Rebetta. Oh, joy of visitor. Bound to one place, I have little to do but one thing, coming up with riddles. Chat, I'm gonna need your help. But what good is a puzzle without someone trying to solve it? So if you think you know the solution to my puzzle, place the answer on the pillar to my right. I have 2 hands, but I cannot clap. I only run forward and never nap. A clock, right? 2 hands and cannot clap. They're not smacking against each other because they're always going to be like that. I only run forward. Time never goes backwards, and you never nap, so it's constantly moving. A clock, right? A watch, clock, something related to time. Yeah? I'm shit at riddles. So that's great. I don't have that, but I'm glad to know that that's what it is. Okay, I'm going to try and go home and sleep. Oh my God, she's a gamer. She's a gamer. Thanks. I thought it said that it was going to constantly be, like, dark out until I went home. I'm confused. I'll sleep anyway, just in case. I don't know. 80% of the BG3 puzzles. There's one where you have to... Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's one that I was watching Kip, and I was like, how did you figure this out on your own? Ain't no way I would have been able to do the same. I would have been looking them up for sure. Hi, Peachy! How are you? Oh my god, welcome in! Can we have some hellos in the chat? I'm sorry, I'm half asleep today. Happy coffee. Peachy, don't look at me like this, please. Please, I'm frightened. I'm weak. Happy Friday! Cheers to our coffee. This is my second one of the day. I love you. Have you renamed your farm? Friends, if you don't know Peachy, Peachy is an icon, a legend. With their friends, they were the ones that had the Bussy farm. Do you remember? Do you remember that we saw on our first day? Also, thank you so much for the sub, Bearwitch. Thanks for giving out a sub to Peachy. I appreciate that. I've got to move that. Thank you so much. I'm still here. Don't worry.
Always lurking, Mike Wazowski.
All right, I'm not gonna bother doing that. Oh, I want to save. I mean, while we're here, we should probably save. I hope you're having the best day. You are beautiful. How are you enjoying your Stardew adventures? I hope you're having a freaking blast. Yesterday on stream, I finally got the green rain. And chat's like, oh my god, you have to go. You need to go and see Demetrius. And I had a flashback to watching Breaking Bad. It was great. I loved every minute of it. Okay. So do you just need physical attention? Where's my BB? BB! Hi, BB. Here, have a pedal. Have some good yummos. Okay, good. Now I have to pet you. This is all I want. Like, I just want my spouse to, like, you know, every once in a while just, like, pat my butt. That's all I need. Oh my god, I just realized when it flies around, it makes a heart. Did y'all see that? Let's do it again. Ready? You pet it. It makes almost like the old Disney Channel. You know how they would make the mouse ears and sparkles? You know what I'm talking about? It's doing that in sparkles, but with a heart. That's adorable. I love that. I love that. Hello, Bussy Farmer. It still has the same name. We decided it was a legend after that. So can you tell me how that happened? Because the friend that I was friends with, we were friends from playing Dead by Daylight many years ago, and they ended up messaging me when they saw me on Steam. But I heard that it was the friend group that saw it on TikTok's For You page and then told the whole group. Is that how the legend goes? Because I saw that stuff first, and I was like, what are the odds that TikTok is going to have me find this person? Yeah, and like, I couldn't make it up. Like, when Shella and I play our co-op together, it literally says Rochella. But when I saw your farm, it said, like, unknown or something? And I was like, okay. This seems ominous, but sure. That's fine. Any other froggos? What is this? That's water. And then this is... We're gonna need an axe or something to go through there. I'm sorry, do I have two BBs with me now? Are you also a BB? Is this because I mistakenly fed you? So I guess this area is just cloudy. Oh my god, I need so many frogs, but like, where are they? Oh, there's one already over here? Be extra careful when it's dark or raining. That's when monsters roam the island. Oh dear. There's a sword around here somewhere. The point is you can use it to defend yourself. Swing it by pressing right mouse button. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna have to find it first. Oh man, yeah, this is not the area we should be in. Okay, but also... Leaf blade? Oh dear. I don't have a sword yet! Hi! Hi! Question mark? Hi. Hi. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Don't come after me. I didn't see anything. Obviously. I humbly accept the title of Bussy Farmer. I'm glad. I'm glad you're taking it with pride. Right? That's swap between the two. Control? Nothing that I could see. Oh, we did get another inventory space, though. So that's nice that we don't have to unlock it ourselves. You know, like in other cozy games. So I'm into that. All right, so let's head back. Oh, I'll take these with me. And see if there's another area that I can unlock, because this seems to be too high level for me right now. All right, we talked with you. This is this whole section. Yeah, we didn't get more donut seeds either. So there's nothing else I can plant unless I... No, I was going to say maybe the fruit can turn into seeds, but I don't think so. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's a good movie. Anybody see that? My campers used to love watching that movie. Maybe the... Oh. I hear a frog. Oh, no, it's just this one. I hear a frog. Never mind. You are the one that created the name. Originally, it was only Goblin, but then our friend was like, add another B because it's funny. That's it. That's it. Okay. I love that. And I hesitated because my friend Shella, we were trying to figure out what to name our farm. We were live for it. And Shella's mascot for her stream are goblins. So I almost joined it. And then I hesitated. I'm like, oh, I'm in. No, I'm not. Wait a minute. Like, it took me a second. As opposed maybe to somebody else that would have realized it right away. Oh my God, I love that! I'm so happy that you're here. Please feel free to bring by your friends too. We love cozy games over here. We have a really good time together. Seriously, we'd love to have you anytime. What is this? Piles of scrap? Yeah, I mean, thouest may assisteth. Or you. But I still want to know why it's giving me this path down here if I can't move through it. I feel like they're edging me. Such good movies, right? Had you on Steam and it made sense, but of course that's how my cursed humor came to light. Okay. You're like, oh my God, I've been seen. That's so good. There's a frog on the other side, but how do I get through this? I don't think I can. I'm gonna need some more tools or something. Now I wonder if I open shop. Oh. Okay, well I already have a hoe. Duffel bag, a container that can store more items. So I'm assumedly maybe I could increase my inventory if I need to. Floral arch. Oh, that's pretty. I feel like that's wasteful, but temperate seed pod can be used to craft donut bush, pea pod, tomato, and red flower seeds. And then they have donut bush seeds, which is once. I would like a seed pod. Do I not have enough money? Oh. Okay. That's my inventory. Okay. Well, never mind. We need more money anyway. You called? I called somehow. What if we walk to the left and explore this area? Maybe we'll get another frog over here. Phoebe, can you go home? I love having you here with me, but your noises are distracting. Oh, is this the area that I should have gone to? Oh, my friends are here! Okay, this is where my friends are. Oh my God, now I'm this character, but my inventory is completely different. Okay. Cool. Now I'm this character. But like, should I put my friends someplace else? I feel bad that they've just been standing out here in the rain. But I don't really need them, right? Is that odd? Is that weird? Trade? Alright, well. Y'all enjoy the rain! Yeah! Even if I'm not controlling them, it would be nice if they could just follow. Because, quite honestly, I feel as though I'm gonna just forget about them. I'm sure that that's definitely the case. And that perhaps you don't need to control them if you're in single player. Okay, I need your help. So, we've gotten some things marked up on our list. Let me go over here and see. Okay, so I fixed this shrine. I need to fix the farmhouse and the smithy, but I need to, again, repair another shrine. And I think it's this one they want me to go over to, but like I can't reach it over there. So what's a gal to do? I still have some interesting things over in this area, so maybe if I go to the left, I'll find something. Maybe these things? Some interesting things. Well, I can't get past this, so what do y'all think we need to do? It is an interesting thing, I'll give them that. But I can't interact with it. I feel kind of stuck right now. Chaotic, thank you for the lurk. Wonder if the shrine can do anything else? No. Well, I can sell some items and we can make some money. That's probably my best bet right now. Find the sword? Yeah. I think you're right. We'll try and see if that's viable. Okay, so how did I do that? Was it this way? I have to go across the bridge. It is here. Okay. So we're heading into the next biome, which is the river pastures one. And if y'all see a frog, you yell out. You yell out loud. We also need a clock. Roj? Roj! Anything over here? It said it was just on the ground, but I can't imagine where it is. I'm just nervous that the sword is going to be attached to one of these little shrines. I'm hoping is not the case. Oh, we found a frog. Hey, be quiet. Okay, I got one. Let's do this one. What what? Wanderers, thou hast reached the bountiful river pastures. Relax for a moment, and I shall update the map for thee. Press M to view it. Oh, good. Okay. Now we're in this area. Oh, good. All right, so at least it unlocked our map. That's actually probably really good for us. But I also type or just yell. You can do whatever your heart desires. Yell. Definitely yell. Roj! I love the frogs. Here you go, sweetheart. So the frogs definitely do move around, which is good. And you still have a little yellow thing. Always carry a weapon. I know, but like, it's gotta be before this area, right? Where do we think it just fell? It usually will highlight things on the ground. So, I'm afraid to get too close to them. Maybe on this side someplace? The one you had just put down had a question, had a exclamation mark. Oh, you're right, here. Raise the rating of this region and thou shalt receive richer resources. More fish in the river, more trees, more ore-rich rocks, more treasures to unearth. Okay. Still don't have the clock. That's fine. Did you hear another frog? I heard one. I heard one, but I didn't see one. Where are you? I didn't think they'd be this rare. Sparkling glints? Oh. I think I just went by the other frog and I got had. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be very soft coming over here. Very, very soft. There's, you see nothing? You see nothing? You see nothing? I'll take this from you. go along the outer edge. You see nothing. Oh god, they're moving towards me. Like a slow crawl to death. Frog? Frog! I got it! Okay, I gotta go back and do the other shrine. Oh god. Woo! Oh, they're moving now! They're moving now! Here, I'll place this frog here. Help you with certain tasks. Blah, 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 blah. How useful is that? I mean, you're not being useful. What is beating them up? Are you serious? Something is beating them up for me. This is weird. Jen, thanks for the lurk. Ooh, those were some donuts. Broke! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, there's more. Oh god. Okay, bye. See you later. Friendly fire? Maybe. I think they were bouncing into each other. Oh. Oh god! I picked up the lantern. I think I'm gonna have to listen to that guy, but I still don't have my sword. Okay, run with me! Come here, baby. I have to feed you. Come here. Don't worry, you're a good baby. Okay, I'm gonna have to eat this myself. Damn, 3 donuts. Okay, where's our other frog statue? This is the one I wanted to add. Anything you've forgotten or need to know? There's a tab in your eye menu that has a bunch of information about various things. That's it! I almost died, and that's all you're telling me? Yeah, they're beating each other up, but not to the point where it would be beneficial and helpful to me. Because they didn't die. Alright, maybe they... Okay, just move. 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 Move! Okay, that man is absolutely dead. I have not seen a sword at all. At all, besties. What is that? Branch? Branch. Very quiet. Walk around this side. Gonna pick up the rope. I might need it for something. Plank? You think I have enough plank? Why? Look at me carrying the rope right now, please. Okay. I think I have to go to bed. So we'll be back down here again. Everyone, let's go to bed. I could go for a donut, too. What's y'all's favorite type of donut? I love the vanilla frosted with sprinkles. They're beautiful. They're tasty. Provide enough sugar. I'm into it. I get a recipe for one. Oh, let me check. I have a recipe for a plank. And my recipes for tools are hoe and watering can. Seeds. Donut bush seed. But I need to buy the temperate seed pod. Furniture, and that's it. So, no. But I could craft the plank. Oh my god, so you just instantly touch it. How many planks do I need? I think 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I can do that in the morning time. I'm gonna sleep with my rope. I hope that's okay with everybody. You're a fritter girl? What's the difference? Maple donuts. I love apple cider donuts. Chocolate bar. Boston cream is so superior. Strawberry with sprinkles, yeah. Hi, Kay. You love those too? Same, but strawberry. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is very good. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought the frog had said that somebody dropped one, but I've been running around. I can't see anything. That's okay. Oh, excuse me. How's my bee doing? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Take a look at my BB. You're the only one I got. Unless I feed another one. They're the best, BB. Wonder what the rope is gonna have to do. Oh my god, you're a little donut hole gremlin, aren't we all? Delicious. I've always wanted to try, I don't know if y'all have any by you. I always wanted to try voodoo donuts. But we don't have those around here. Long grass. Damn. Yeah, so if we go buy something. Oh. No, that's BB. If we go buy something and say it's hidden in the grass someplace, it's a sword, right? There's like an outline. There's an outline if we run by it. And I can't see one. Guess I can put the frog over on this side. Where is the frog? Frog! Oh, I have two. Behold the majestic longhorn, truly a powerhouse of nature. When they lower their mighty heads, you would be well advised to stay out of their way. Their strong horns make short work of rocks. Like the rocks we have on the other level? Okay, well, we don't have enough for the shrine yet, but that's fine. So, hold up a minute. If he went down there, right? He went down there. That's making me think that the sword is somewhere over in this area. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Maybe not. Like, if he collapsed over there, wouldn't you think the sword was over there with him? This man is dead. They're a bit oversaturated since they got so big, yeah. Is the taste still the same? Or are you not a fan of them anymore? I was exploring some other stuff over here. Oh, it's another shrine. Okay, River Falls Bridge. I can do this. Oh my god, can you get out of my way? We just keep running around. I bet we'll do it. Okay, I did it. It says shrine needed, but it let me cross the bridge. Ha! Take that, sucker! You said you think that they taste the same, but the quality went down a little bit. Oh, too sweet now? Maybe because they got so popular and mass-produced, they might have had to have changed their original ingredients. But, like, you could be onto something there. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and eat a donut. Ain't no way. I'm so afraid of those things hurting me again. Oh, God. Okay. You know what? Yep, this is your home. This is your home. I'm just a visitor. I'm going deeper and deeper into this area, and that does not bode well for us. Did I catch the frog? All right, I got the frog. That's the most important thing I can tell you about. Woo! Free. What are you? Who was that? You're welcome. Oh, God. Okay. This is all right. Yup. All right, well, now I'm in Froglet Grove, and this... Okay. I'm gonna just follow along with this creature that's running for its life. That was a sound. That's what I'm telling you. Are you okay? You blocked by the tree? Hey, come back here. Come back here. Pirate camp. What? I need to show... I don't even have a weapon! To clear out a pirate camp, you'll need to shoot Captain Rustbristle down from her crow's nest using the cannons in the map. In the camp. When you find a cannon, simply walk up to it and aim it at the captain and fire. The dancing pirates will throw you out of the camp if you're spotted. Oh no. I didn't sign up for this.
These wretched pirates came to Ikonei a few moon dances ago. tearing up trees, building
I'm gonna get
fences,
killed.
setting fires, and leaving. If you could sneak inside, but they are dangerous foes.
Sure. Swing. Oh, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? This whole time, I just needed a leaf blade? Are you kidding me right now? The leaf blades were the things I had to pick up, not an actual sword. I'm gonna lose my mind. That whole time I was going back and forth. You can literally see it right here. It's a leaf. Wah, 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 wah. Hi, Vi! V, how are you doing? That was counterintuitive. That wasn't even English. Okay, listen. I'm gonna save. We're gonna take a quick break because I need to pee. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna defeat some heckin' people. All right? We're gonna bust some kneecaps. I know I'm supposed to be in this area, but I also want to beat up the ones that were trying to go after me. I guess we can do that in this area. Well, good. Yay. I would have guessed that either. It made sense, though, because all of the other goods stack, and those were individual. So, yeah. I just wish it was better labeled. It was better labeled. Wiggly, hi! All right, question. BRB question. Have you clicked the link yet for Ikonei Island? Have you? You should. Scroll up to the top of chat to our pinned tweet and click on the link. Otherwise, enjoy. Talk amongst yourselves, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Hello, we are back. Left blade. Leaf blade. Listen to me. We make mistakes, and yet we carry on. I clicked it thrice, but I can do it again. Thank you, my friends. I love you. Thank you. A leaf isn't exactly the first thing that comes to mind when talking about a weapon. If they said, like, leaf weapon, and I know you're saying to yourself leaf blade, but, like, blades of grass, you know what I'm trying to say here? I wasn't making, like, that connection in my head. And maybe that was my own damn fault. Leaf blade is a Pokemon attack move. Well, I am not a knower. Now look what I can do. All right, we're back. Let's kick some jelly butt. Oh, wait, can I also knock this tree down? Is this... What is... Oh, I see. Frog! Okay, well... I kind of think I should go back and defeat those other jellies, but should I? Like, I'm already in this area. Another one. So, they gave us 4, it's now dawning on me, because of our other party members. Okay, but, like, if I want to go in here, how am I supposed to be doing it? They said stay. Okay, I don't know what that creature wants from me, but I'm not going to give it to them. I don't think I can get in here. Ah! What do you want? Can I beat it up? That's gotta be something. Oh, they have durability. Okay, so this is similar to Breath of the Wild then. Oh my god, hi. Okay, oh dear. All right, you're a higher level than I'm used to. I'm gonna take my weapon and I'm gonna leave. And you know what? Oh my god, frog. 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 I was gonna leave, but there are other frogs around. And I think what I'll do in the meantime is run around and see if I can find more frogs. I still want to know what that little guy is doing. Okay, JK, I'm gonna fast travel back. Let me go back to my area and maybe, because I have frogs now, I can do something in the immediate destination. Yeah, very Breath of the Wild vibes, yeah. That's what Toph was saying originally about this game. That it is giving very big Breath of the Wild vibes. So there are, like, farming aspects to it, but it's not just farming. You picking up what we're putting down? You know what? Since I have a chest here, too, I might as well put some things in here that I'm not using. So I'll keep one extra weapon with me. Clearly I don't need the rope. I don't know what this copper lantern is. That in there. I'm gonna keep the frogs. Honeycombs. Oh. Long grass. I'm gonna keep my donut fruits and my leaves. Oh, I have 3 donut bush seeds. Oh my god. This whole time? Okay, I'll keep that then. What is this? Oh! I'm gonna put this in the box. I'll put that in the box. Good. Okay. Let's hoe it up, people. Han, how is it so far? Are you loving it? Are you hating it? Are you having mixed continues? Shift F, then tell them Leaf Blade isn't a good name for a starter weapon. I will leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't mind the durability of weapons either. When it makes sense like that, in a game like Animal Crossing, where they have tool durability, that just became incredibly annoying. Tell me I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm not wrong here, besties. Because, like, I know I'm not. You can pick up the box? Yeah. I mean, I like it in this area. It's good that you can, but I don't mind it over here. Well, maybe I do. Oh, you do have to refill that. Okay, well, that's for a future me to figure out. I'd rather have my weapons and my froges, at least on this page. Oh, wait a second. I'm seeing the durability now. Do you see that? You see how that like the box is a little bit smaller. I mean, you can't because I don't have it. Look at it side by side. You see how you can see the durability there? That's cool. I like that. Excellent. The XU series missing story pieces here. Oh, okay. Exandria Unlimited, right? I think Kip watched through that whole thing. I don't remember if I did or not. If y'all want to know something pretty cool about me, God forgive me, I forget her name. Abria? The DM for Exandria Unlimited. Can somebody type her name in the chat? If you know her first name. I know her on Twitter as Abria, so maybe that's not her actual name and it's just her Twitter name. Yes, Abria, yeah. She follows me on Twitter. We follow each other, I should say. But like, I'm not saying like I'm the coolest person ever on the earth, but also I might be the coolest person ever. I don't know if we've ever interacted, but she followed me back one day and I was like, okay, well, clearly I've girl bossed too close to the sun. I can't do anything else. She seems very nice though. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, she seems really cool. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. So I've got 4 frogs. I still want to know where else I can go. You know, I'm just gonna send you home. Like, I don't understand what I have a pet, right? But what is the pet supposed to do outside of pollinating? Is there anything else? You know, I don't really understand this. All right, so I'm gonna sell the ruby. So we'll get 200. What is it called? Ribbits? 200 ribbits, and go from there. I still don't have a clock, so that's fine. Oh, we have a new alert on this side. Both nuts and, I mean, again, I don't have anything. I got nothing for you. Let me get my leaf blade out. Befriend more animals for different uses. That's what it seems like, yeah. Okay. Can I listen to you now?
Who goes there?
Yes!
I'll bite your knees off.
Please don't. I like my knees.
Oh, wait. You're not pirates.
I could be.
Sorry about that. Can't be too careful. Your knees are safe. For now.
Okay.
I thought you were pirates, but you're just children.
This voice actor sounds like
I'm
Ryan
sorry
Reynolds.
if I
Do you
scared
hear
you.
it? Do you hear this voice actor? He's giving me Ryan Reynolds vibes, and I love that. Yeah, I think so. Abria, yeah. Monty Python reference. Tis but a scratch.
Take this as a thank you. It's not much, but I'm gonna
You
make
can
you
hear
some
it?
amazing equipment while this arm heals up. My name's Milas. Do you have any fruit?
Yes,
I need to regain my strength after the crash.
absolutely. Add item? There you go. What kind of animal are you? Are you a frog? Oh, you're a frog!
Oh, gods, that's better.
Milas
These
Morgan
last few
Shell.
moon runs have been rough.
Your name isn't Milas, it's Ryan now. All right, Ryan, Ribbles? Oh, Ryan Froge?
Oh, that?
Froge Reynolds?
I got shot down by pirates. It won't happen again, I
Okay.
can tell you. They just got a lucky shot.
Okay.
I'm an archaeologist. Well, my husband is. I fly him around.
Oh!
Perhaps you could call me an archaeologist assistant. No, an adventurer.
Gay
That sounds
frogs! Can we get some gay frogs in the chat? Oh my god. Okay, so listen to me. Listen to me very closely. You're telling me a cozy game set entirely within the animal kingdom can be queer friendly. Then y'all don't have excuses anymore for your games. Gay Froge, Gay Froge.
Sleeping on the ground gets tiresome, don't you find?
I sleep in a bed.
Have you spotted anywhere I could get a roof over my head and a bed for the moon sleep? Can I help you with anything? After all, you helped me, and I'm not just good looking. I'm crafty too. If there's things you need, I could sell it to you.
Okay. Seashell Scimitar. A melee slashing weapon that deals a bit of damage in an arch. Spud Club. So this is going to be like our weapons guy. Okay. Well, I mean, like, I saved you. I could give you a place to sleep, but I'm not getting the option. That's funny. You're about to shove your whole games list aside and play this. It's good so far. It's really good. Like I said, I think my only constructive feedback for this game is the tutorial section was really good, but now I feel like I'm in areas that I shouldn't be in, and there's no real workaround for that. So I don't really know what to do. I mean, I'm glad the river pastures area is working, but... Oh my god, I have another animal I need to free? Okay. Yeah, and I moved my camera over specifically because I thought that quests were going to be popping up on the right-hand side, but, doesn't quite look that way. Oh my god! Can I bob and weave? Hey! I think what I'm gonna end up doing right now... Okay, so it is midnight. I am... Something looked like it was sparkling over here. Oh, it's because his plane crashed. I see it now. I'm gonna end up going to sleep, and in the morning time, we are going to need to pollinate the flowers anyway. I love waking up to gay Ryan Reynolds frogs. Truly and honestly, we've been having a time. Yeah, and the starting weapon was unclear. Very much so. Very much so. Again, I'm not saying that it's not a fun game. It definitely is. But in terms of feedback, there are quality of life improvements that could make it even better. Oh, we got 300 ribbits? It looks like we got 300 ribbits. And, okay, question. How did I get another donut bush seed? Where did I get that from? Did I pick it up? Yeah, did you see that you're in the game, Kat? We met somebody that was very reminiscent of your vibes. Kat's like, this better be good. This better be heckin' good. I gotta feed my sweet little bee baby. Hi, BB. Have some yummos. Okay, good. Have some pats. Good baby. Now we're gonna bond and we're gonna pollinate! Whee! Yay! Okay, that's fun. Every single time that is fun. I need to grab my watering can. You know what? I think I will move this. How do I do it again? Is it just reach? No. Beerwitch, you said I could move this, right? How do I move it? Pick up, stack, move, stack, close. I don't think I can. I don't know what reach means. Maybe I misunderstood. I fell asleep. Let me go. Refill. Use the controller. Oh, okay. There must be a way that you can do it. Okay. Again, I'm just not a knower. I want to come back over here to see if there's anything else that... Okay, so here's the thing. So here is our active quests, but apparently they weren't getting tracked. So repair the shrine in Froglet Grove. I think that's the far away one. Repair the farmhouse, the pilot. Build the smithy. What the heck is a smithy? Repair the farmhouse? Can you only have one tracked at a time? I don't know which one I should be having tracked. It's behind me anyway. You have to empty it first? For the watering can? No, you can actually just refill it right away. Which is pretty cool. I actually really like that mechanic. So, if they mark down the shrines that we need to get to, right? let's try and feasibly understand this. These are the shrines, right? So for this area, I need at least one more shrine done. And I can't use this bridge because that's over in that area. Is there another shrine over here that I just can't see? So if I can't repair the farmhouse or the smithy yet because I need a shrine, this shrine is inaccessible because I need 6 shrines to get to this shrine. That doesn't... I'm not good at math, but that doesn't add up. So the only other possible shrine would be here right now? Guess there are ones on this side. So I guess the whole point is you are supposed to explore. But again, you're basically moving through areas that are too high level for you. Is anybody else seeing anything that maybe I'm missing? Sounds about it. Oh, the chest! Maybe! You could be onto something there. It won't play! Why not? What does it have against fun? I'm gonna send BB home. I only need BB when we pollinate. But now I feel kind of bad. I mean, at least you are right. At least I have something with me. But, I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm just not missing anything. Now that I've... listen, if it took me like 20 minutes in game to figure out that the leaf blade is the sword, I'm like, what else am I missing? Yeah, I think more instructions on where next to go would be helpful as well. 100%. Yep. If they even had something down here that was like, fix this shrine next, like go directly here. I understand it says fix the shrines, but a little more open-ended than I feel like it should be. I think this was the ending part, yeah. Excuse me. So those wooden pieces are gonna be ones that we're probably gonna have to open with another sort of pet. I think that this, oh, I got you. I think this bull is gonna come in handy at some point. This is clearly ore, but we don't have anything that, you know, we can use for that yet. And he's gonna sell us weapons, but I don't feel like getting a better weapon right now, at least until my leaves run out. Maybe we'll try there. I also don't know why there's another BB over here. Maybe this will be another section that we can like fully open up at some point. Come here. Come here. Hey. Unhand me. Oh God. I'm afraid. Okay. Woo. Oh, those are the donut bush seeds. That's what I've been picking up. I'm gonna need those. I have to sneeze so bad. Excuse me. So if you go to sleep, does that also fully recharge your health too? How doth that work? Oh, I got 4 of them there. Sick. Okay. Gesundheit. Wie geht's mir? I think that's what you're supposed to say. Forget. Anything else over on this side? I keep scaring off another BB, but I have my own BB. hoping there is some more frog shrines because I have 5 frogs right now. I could plop those suckers down. Oh, another thing that I need to let out. Oh God, there's a lot of them over here. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. If you die, what happens? Just wondering. Guess I won't find that out right now, but I might. More of those little guys. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're gonna be for a frog. Oh my God. We eat something first. We get? Bitteschön. I know there's gonna be somebody that's German in my chat right now being like, what did you call me? Roge. Hi. Some construction altars require a certain amount of shrines to be repaired. They will show you how many shrines they need if you walk up to them. Okay, but I need the shrines. How do I access said shrines? Explain this to me like I'm 5. The slime dropped something? Did it? On which side? Did I already pick it up? Oh, that thing. Amory. No idea what that is. A magical essence used for crafting. Okay. Fine with me. My sword is about to go. Oh, great. Go down this way? No. Hi, Megan! Yeah! It's good. It's better on the iPad, and it's also better if you have a controller, but it's not too bad. It's truly not too bad. I hope you're having the best day. How's your Friday going so far, sweetheart? We are playing this sponsored cozy game and having a great time so far. It's called Ikonei Island. We're going to be playing this for about the next half an hour. Then we're going to be switching over to Supermarket Sim with crowd control, which I'm really excited about. Oh my God, stop just beating me. Oh, I got some coins for that. Oh my God, stop it. Oh. I'm going through donuts like my life depends on it because it does. You also want donuts? Yeah. We should all get some donuts today. Another one over there. Please. Please, I don't want any more. Why are they so upset with me, do you think? Oh, God, I got 2 on this side. All right, all right, all right. Oh, no, it broke. It broke. No, no, no. I don't want Amory. No, no, no. I need my weapon. I need my weapon stat. Okay. I think it is friendly fire. They just beat themselves up. There's also no way to block either. So you have to, like, run. Oh, I got another seed, though. I know, I noticed that. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to break it. So are they just going to keep spawning? Or, like, what's going to happen when I run out of weapons? Am I just going to have to utilize Ryan Reynolds, the frog services? I don't quite know how that's going to work. Oh, my God. Okay, these are the high-level guys over here. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a frog. Okay, wait. Ah! Oh, my God. Oh, my... I just want the frog. I just want the frog. Okay, we got the frog. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're leaving. I'm putting the frog in here. We're leaving. We're leaving. Hi. Can you go home? Ah! They're sending out bombs. Hi, Yogi. Hi, On. How are you doing today? I'm, well, you know. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. No. Yes, but no. Yes. No, I can. Oh, my God. Okay, long grass. And then branch. Oh, my God. We did it. How? How did we get over here? This, I lucked out. So do we have one more shrine done now? Oh my God. I wouldn't have even assumed I was in the right area. Can we get some love and hype in the chat? I don't drink, but like, I almost want to crack one open. I need a cold one. Like a nice cold Gatorade. We did it! Blessed Liss, how beautiful it is to see light here again.
Thank you, my dear friends.
The dodo
Thank
is going to
you.
be the new animal. I need to feed him 2 donuts.
Already the island shows signs of recovery.
You're
I
welcome.
can feel the Amri power rising. Please keep going. The closest shrines to here lie in River Falls, the Highlands, and the Desert Dunes.
Okay. We'll try our best. Here, since that we are not doing like the regular types of quests here, I am gonna flip our camera back over to the other side. There we go. Just so that other stuff doesn't get blocked. I got you, Bear Witch. Thank you. Oh, good, because look at that now. Now it says repair all of the shrines. Okay, well, this is a little bit too much for us. I'm going to untrack that. The pirates, the farm. I think the farmhouse is going to be the next thing we can do now that we've unlocked another shrine. And we'll figure out what the dodos are going to be up to as well. Oh my god, look how many dodos. Hold up a minute. Did you see the dodo going after the tree? Maybe. Are dodos known for being like birds that attack or something? Oh, okay. So the baddies are still over here, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to fast travel. So this is where we got to? So we had to go through this whole other river pastures area in order to get over here. I literally didn't even think. I had no idea. It's a cool axe beak. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about with the beaks. Can I give the bird dodos? Can I give the bird dodos? I have to give the bird, donuts. Donuts to the dodo. Yeah. Coffee hasn't kicked in. Can you give the birds donuts? Yes. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to the same thing that we did with BB, where I have to give rose petals or the flower petals or whatever, and then the dodos get the donuts. Can you give the bird dodos? Wait a minute. It's fine. We're all having that Friday feeling. You all right? All right? It's cool. Okay, so I can do the farmhouse and the smithy now. Okay, great. Country roads, take me home to the smithy, away from our dodos. Look at the dodos. There's so many different types of animals. Okay, so which one is the actual smithy? Oh, it's this one here. So we need rope. Oh, I got some of that. Log and cloth. We don't have that yet. Okay, so you can unlock these things, but you still might not have the materials to make them. Not sure I love that. Plank, log, long grass, red petals, and donut fruit. Okay, so how do you get a log? Long grass I can donate, right? 10. Red petals here. I need some more donuts. Crap. What do I do with the logs? Crafting tools. Oh, wait a minute. I can make a leaf blade now. Just kidding. Now that I picked it up, I got the schematics for a leaf blade. Okay, that's good. And I can make a duffel bag. How did I get those? Donut bush seed. Where did I pick up a temperate seed pod? Oh, I need amory for that, though. Tomato seed. Yeah, how do I make a log? I don't... Well, I don't know how to do that yet. Hi. Maybe I can buy some things from you? I can buy the temperate seed pods and the donut bush seeds, but that's about it. Then the other guy only sells weapon-related stuff. So I guess we're just gonna have to explore more. Okay. Good luck to us all. Gotta get my hoe out. You collect things from completing things? That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to just try and keep moving forward at this rate. Golden, thanks for the clip. Maybe it is the dodos for the logs. We'll try that out. I have to plant some seeds anyway. Hi, Tove. No, you're so fine. I hope the interview went well. So, I don't know if it's the same way that you're feeling. I'm really enjoying it, but I really need my handheld more with things. And I don't love that you have to continuously, like, explore to open up things in different locations, meaning, like, this seems like, okay, this is the training area, right? This is the first entry area that you're in. Why did I have to go over far level things to get to this area to unlock this shrine, which I only found accidentally? Asked chat, I was like, oh my god, I made it? And now I can unlock these things, but I don't have enough rope. I don't know how to make logs. We don't, no cloth. So we're gonna try and explore this area a little bit more. Your axe pecker companion. So y'all were right. So the dodo, we gotta get a dodo and then they can open up these areas. But then I need the longhorn from this section to open up this area. Are you kidding me right now? Can you tell chat what you just said? It might not have picked it up. Everybody say hi to Kip. Hey, say hi to my friend Toph. Toph is in here.
Hi, Toph.
Say, mwah.
I got a longhorn for you.
Bye! My spouse, everybody. When y'all are like, what is it like being married to Kip? What's marriage like? Right there. Right there. Y'all, if you're just joining us, huge thank you to Ikonei, Island, and Daredrop for sponsoring today's stream. Was that a jersey? Yeah, they were wearing their Bruins jersey today. Yeah. Well, not like a jersey. It's more like a zip, but yeah, it's for the Bruins. Yeah. North, yeah, their pronouns are they, them. I know. You would have thought that they were CGI the whole time. They actually exist. Always full of surprises, right? Go Bruins! Listen, y'all can talk shit about the Bruins as much as you want to in here, okay? I pay no attention to sports. So please don't think that you're insulting me. Please don't think you're insulting me. Hey, there's our pronoun check. Let's go. She, her, they. My pronouns are she, her. My spouse's pronouns are they, them. If you feel comfy, sharing your pronouns in the chat, go right on ahead. Do not feel compelled or forced to do so. Only if it's something you would like to contribute to. So that's how I feel, Toph. That, like, there's a lot of exploration, and I don't mind it per se, as long as they have better verbiage in the quest logs. If they had stated that, I don't think that I would have been as lost with a lot of this stuff. Actually, can I now fast travel to this shrine? I can. Okay, cool. Look at all those beautiful pronouns. Thanks, friends. Hi, Maywind. Hello. I felt the same. My biggest complaint is the game is so directionless. I wasted 4+ hours doing nothing but stumbling about lost. Yeah, we were pretty much almost doing the same. The last little bit. Okay, you got one. Have another. Oh my god, I'm a mother again. Hi, would you like some attention? Hi, little birdie. Love you, little birdie. Oh, I have to go to bed. All right, I'll be back for you, little birdie. You ended up beating the game off camera out of spite. How long did it take you fully to complete the game, if you don't mind me asking? I was telling chat that if you want to click the link, obviously, on my chat and check it out yourself, that'd be incredible. But there is a demo out to see if it is for you, too. So that way you can come to your own conclusion. It's kind of Breath of the Wild-ish too, since that happened to me in the game, but not quite as frustrating since exploration's a bit easier. Oh, definitely. Exploration to me in Breath of the Wild is easier. Definitely, definitely. Again, didn't fully play it, didn't fully complete it because of the type of game it is, but also the amount of backseating that I got on Twitch, so. Aw, Deloria, hi! Thanks for contributing! How's it going? Yeah, better late than never. 18.8 hours, but I'm telling you almost 5 hours is being lost. Yep. That's part of the I mean, I have that with a lot of, like, exploration games to begin with. Again, that's just a me problem. How do I scroll through? Left control, is that what they're saying? Okay. But with that being said, yeah, I just need my hand held with a lot of this stuff. Yeah, Toph, was the starting weapon's name confusing for you too? Because Chat and I went back and forth to that area because I'm like, I can't find the sword. I can't find the sword. Where is it? Where is it? I had already had the leaf blades picked up by that point. I thought they were, like, blades of grass. I didn't know it was the weapon. So, again, maybe that was a me problem. But I was doing a confusion. Oh, I got another honeycomb! Yay! Oh, what just happened? Did I feed? I did something. Are there more honeycombs? I thought there was another one. Oh, there was. I know what I need the honeycombs for, so I just keep putting them away. Oh, we got some temperate seed pods too. That's good. I love that. Hi, Soul! What's up, my friend? How's your day going, sweetheart? Temperate seeds. Okay, if I want a donut, but oh, I still need the air. God damn it. I need the log. Okay, so if that's what we're doing today, so let me summon this baby. I wonder if Bibby goes away. Oh my god, now I got the two of them. Oh my god, look, I've got a family. Okay, so then I'll bond with you. Maybe I should have done that in a different area. The song. I don't know where I'm going. Please hold. I really gotta go more to this area. Okay. I want to stay like this. And I don't know where I'm going. This is so good, right? So I need some sort of weapon for that. Okay, so not this area. Where am I right now? Is it not showing me on the map because I am this thing? Let me separate for a minute. Okay, I was here. Oh, I gotta go this way. No, wait, what? Oh! Wait a minute. I remember where I need to go now. I get it. Don't worry. Oh my god, I can still pick up things as the dodo. It's showing? Is it? It looked weird to me. Roche! Oh, yes, it's this one. This thing. Chop. Hey, we did it. We did one of them. So I have one log. It wants me to get how many logs to repair that farm? Explain this to me. Command. Oh my god. Oh, it gets rid of stuff for us? So you can't really see right now, but the dodo is taking care of that for us. Can you command these ones? You can! Okay, that's dope. And we get branches from it! Okay, this is so good. All right. You okay? You doing good? My friend? All right. It looked like it twisted its neck kind of oddly. It was like, you know? I look like in the morning time, but I'm not going to say about it. Okay. All right. That's normal. It's normal everyday behavior for the dodo. What happened to the dodo? It was resetting, okay? Clearly. What happened to the dodo? What happened to all of us? I like not having to do stuff. Oh my god, what's over here? Yeah, I want to pick up the flimsy barrel. Add item. Wait, what? Pick up. What am I? What? What? Okay. Oh dear. Oh god. Okay. 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 Please hold. Please. No. Wait a second. We can talk about this. Oh, I leveled up too. I got a bigger heart. Dodo, will you fight for my honor? No? Okay. What is this? Ew. The goopy machine. What is that? Oh, Froge. Okay. Those wretched pirates, they hammered this horrible machine thing into the ground. They're trying to suck out the Earth's Emery power. Look at it leaking out all over. I should call them. As if that mess wasn't bad enough, those leaks are causing plants to mutate into mindless monsters. Are they? I can sense the island screaming. Okay, well, I believe you. Can you destroy this sign? Me when I wake up in the morning. Thank you so much. But it is true. You know, I'm sure we all feel like that every now and then. Or always. I love how I'm just holding on to the frog. Maybe I should hold on to, I don't know, my sword? Dawning Sands. Okay, we're in a brand new area now. You ever feel like a dodo? Do you ever feel like a dodo all the time? You wouldn't know, though. Ooh, lots of branches. What is this? Is this going to be for cotton? Oh, no. We need some sort of other, more durable weapon for that. I will say one of the things I do like about this game is it allows you to be the loot goblin of your dreams. I haven't had any issues with inventory so far, which is really good considering how much you do need to explore. Ah! My boss every time they ask me to do something, right? How did I get that much money? I have 1,300 from what? I only sold like one thing. Am I getting money from murdering those little guys? Oh my god. Am I a for-hire murderer? Oh. Oh, frog. The crab didn't like me, though. Kind of sad about that. What is that? Frog. Greetings, wanderers. This beach is known as Dawning Sands. I shall mark it upon thy map. Okay. So, we're here. Ooh, there's another tree over on this side. Unfortunately, there is not a shrine in this area, but I think it's going to lead us to Waterway Cannon. Let's murder them all. All right. Totally normal behavior in this channel. Yep, yep. Don't worry about it. Got more frogs. Oh, what are you? Are you a little thingy? Your new pet? No, that was a BB. So if we already have a BB, I'm surprised that they give us more BBs. Is that fair of me to say that, though? Starfish! maybe while we're here, we're gonna get some other recipes. Because they handed the other ones over to me, so... Oh. Okay. What just happened? What is that? Did that just grow? What is that? Okay. Woo! Okay, I thought you were gonna attack me. I got really scared. Oh dear. Okay, well. Oh god. All right, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can just move and be cowards. I think. Hi. So we're gonna get pets in this section from something else. Okay, and now I'm in river pastures. It's so bright. Friends, why is it so bright? Oh, 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 there's a thingy on this side. I want to go this way first. Maybe I can't. So river pastures is leading me. Is it gonna be leading me back to the Heartland? Is this like a backwards way of entering the Heartland? This is confusing. Am I gonna be on the other side of the thing that I was trying to destroy? Oh my god. Say it's true. No. Oh, wait. This is where the ship got wrecked. Oh, it was this way. Okay. I'm picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah, we're opening up shortcuts now. Which again, I mean, we've been using fast travel, so that's fine. But I was hoping it was going to bring me around to where I needed to go. But not. Who's coming on in and being sweet? Paris, thank you so much for 17 months! Welcome on Becca! You absolute legend. Thank you for everything. I hope you're having the best day. I love you. Oh! Wait, is this the Taurus? Hold up a minute. I'm gonna feed it. Oh, I'm gonna feed it. Hold on. Maybe it's not like the Taurus I was thinking about. Hold on. Are you mine now? I'm gonna bond with it and see what this animal does. Oh, I think this is the one. Charge. All right. This has got to be it. Did we pee-pee? Can somebody check the pee-pee count? I don't think I pee-peed since this morning. Did y'all pee-pee today? I feel like I'm the 10 o'clock news. You know where your children are? Do you know what our pee-pee points are for today? 244. We're so close. When was it updated? Okay, I think I'm gonna try and use this guy. I think, right? Yes! Oh my god, we're doing the thing! Okay, now that we know what we need to do, this is going by so much faster. Oh my god. Oh my god, we did it. Okay, I'm gonna separate myself. We made progress! So we still cannot make cloth, but I might have... Where's my log? Or I need a 5th log. And I need more planks, and I have enough donut fruit. I need 5 more planks, and I need 1 more log. So we have to go and try and find a log. We can do that. We have enough time left. Here we go. I said, what? Yeah, 1 more plank. Woohoo! We're doing it. Magical girl, thank you so much for 7 months. Thanks for enlarging our PP. You are amazing. Thank you. Make sure, y'all, if you're resubbing today, to fill out the PP package. We are shooting for 300 subs/sub points for our last month. We've already hit 2 out of 3 months for the 70-30 split. We just need this one last month. We're almost there. We got less than 2 weeks to go at this point. And I got so many good goodies for you. I am so happy that you've been so incredible about it. Thank you. As always, for your love and compassion and just your good babies, okay? You're good babies. I'm going to try and fast travel to this shrine and see if we can go from there. Magical Girl, thank you so much for gifting out a sub to Eco Chaos. Thank you so much. Please, not another hype train today. My body cannot handle it. My body cannot handle it, okay? It's not Feral Friday. Stop trying to make this a thing. Thanks for being so nice, but you better don't. You better don't. So if I'm going that way, so there's got to be one that's like down here. Like, how do I go down to the right? Oh, this way, okay. There. Wait, did they want me to hit the... I guess I'm supposed to hit the log that's over on this side. Bear Witch, thanks for the 250 biddies! We have a wheel spin to do. I'm gonna smack your booty. Thank you so much! Megan! Megan, thank you so much for the 85 biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for being amazing, pals. Thank you. Hey, Chaos, how's it going? Hope you're having the best day. Okay, I have to bond to you, and I have to run over you, apparently. Scattered, thank you for the biddies. Please do smack my booty. Maybe you'll be able to realign my joint in the process. It would be my honor. Can I not do this one? It won't let me charge this one. Interesting. I think the log itself is too big. All right. Okay. So what's up gal to do? So I'm gonna have to go back. Magical Girl, thank you so much for the 200 biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Listen, all I'm asking is for somebody to just like cram my back into a small jar, and then I think I'll feel something. That's cool with everyone else. It would have been nice to learn that earlier. Did I try the bird? You're right, it was the bird. Oh my god, I thought it was the Taurus this whole time. You're so right. The donut dodo was for logs. You're so right, besties. We're going back. There's too much to keep track of. This is why I need y'all's help. Hello. Please get rid of this. Thank you. Okay, we're leaving. Wait, no, we're not. Okay, we're leaving. Please don't hurt us. Thank you. I just want to try and complete this. And then we're going to wrap her up for the day. So you can decorate it really nicely. That's actually really cute. Oh, no, it's nighttime. No, it's not. Not yet. Not yet, it isn't. The pirate theme is amazing. They know what they were doing here. They heckin' know. Wait. I needed more plank than that? I'm confused. What? Okay. Really? Need 4 more planks. Whoa! Wait a minute. It says shrines needed 2 out of 4. What? Or is that to upgrade it? What? Okay, well that's good. We made a place! We did it! What does this do? A spool of thread! Okay. I'm sure at some point this will be very important. They're bopping. So this is gotta be where maybe I can make cloth. Still don't know how to do it, but that's fine. That's fine. Y'all, thank you so much again to Ikonei Island and for Daredrop for sponsoring today's stream segment. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure that you check them out by doing !Ikonei Island in the chat. We also have the link at the top of the channel for you to check out as well. I'm gonna make sure I sleep and then save the game. This was really fun, and I honestly think that if they were to work on the way that they phrased their quests and the way that they like phrase their tutorial to be a little bit more understanding about the objectives of the game, that this will be 110% like a cozy gamer's slice of cake that so many people will want to play, honestly. I think it's good the way it is right now, and I think folks the Breath of the Wild will enjoy it a lot, but I needed my handheld a little bit more. They fixed those things, though. 100%, 100%. This is going to be the game for you. And I think it'll play really well on the Switch, too. Definitely. Definitely, pals. All right, my friends. Are we ready? Bye, Ikonei! Wait. Yes, did I not save it before? Maybe it said 28 as in like 28 seconds. You enjoyed Breath of the Wild and you still felt like you needed your handheld? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cool. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Just had to make sure I had to readjust my